Hey everyone, today we'll be reviewing the 2025 Winterfest Era 1 Independent Medium Tank Dual Battery. The tank is earnable as well as it's available for 17,000 snowballs. You earn snowballs by completing different challenges, and you can easily get this tank. And good news is, this is also the best tank out of all the 4 Winterfest tanks that are new or being released as part of Winterfest 2025. I've played 3. I haven't played the tier 8, but to be honest, it's tier 8. It's not going to be that good. But this is definitely the best tank. It has 2 guns, and both of the guns are very, very capable of destroying enemies and does have insane DPM. So let's get started with the setup I'm using for this tank. I'm going with the gun accuracy as well as survivability. So for equipment, I'm going with gun rammer, gun stabilizer, improved ventilation, and turbocharger using enhanced medkit, repair kit, and hull patch kit. For my crew skills, I'm going with bond leader, snapshot, run and gun, clutch braking, off-road driving, dynamic ramming, supply conservation, armor angling, and track mechanic. As I mentioned, it has 2 guns, and the primary gun has 280 alpha with 284 premium penetration, and secondary gun has 105 alpha with 189, and that's a solid premium penetration as well, and even the standard penetration is decent as well. Looking at the armor model of the tank, it has decent armor as well. You can go hull down, and it will bounce shots because usually the gun handling in one is not that great, and if people are shooting standard, which they do most of the time, you will bounce more shots than you usually would if it was an era 2. So decent armor as well. They're different to 300 plates, and then you do have a hull that can be penned easily. It is 120. You might get like here and there, but upper hull, if they are up close, they will be able to pen it if it's straight on. Side armor of 80 Looking at the modules, you have engine and fuel at the back, ammo rack towards the middle as well as rear of turret, and 5 crew members, 4 in the turret, and 1 driver in the hull. And now the important part, the stats. The tank goes 63 forward, 23 reverse, power to weight of 17. It does not feel sluggish. It is a mid-tier tank though. 80 hit points of 1800, hull rotation 45, very, very nimble, very mobile. Beautiful terrain resistance of 0.58, 0.62, and 1.32 in firm, medium, and soft. Turret rotation is 29, is a bit slow, but so is most Cold War tanks. Accuracy during rotation, this is the primary weapon, 0.66, beautiful. Gun depression of 8, elevation 20. Base accuracy is 0.29, accuracy during movement 1.83. It is of course single shot, standard AP, premium APCR, and you have a base DPM, not base, the DPM of 2400 when it's equipped with the setup I'm using, and 284 premium penetration, 280 alpha. The shell velocity is 1015 for standard, 1140. So the gun by itself, the primary weapon and the 94 cannon, not the greatest DPM, not the greatest alpha, but because it has low alpha, and you do get a better gun handling than most Era 1, as Era 1 have worse gun handling than the tier 10s, but this gun, because of lower alpha, has solid gun handling. But this is where the tank goes insane. The secondary 57 cannon, and it has the DPM of 2368, and it's not just fake DPM, it is usable DPM, making it one of the most lethal Era 1 tank. And not only that, it's a mid tier, it's not even top tier, and it's just amazing. It is just amazing. So the reload is 2.66. You can fire it 3 times after firing the primary weapon while it's being loaded. Standard AP, premium APCR. Accuracy at 100 meters 0.25. Accuracy during movement 1.59. And 105 alpha on standard and premium. Shell velocity is also solid, 1080 for primary AP, 1238 for premium. However, the ammo range is 720, which is also for the primary as well. I think it's the higher era where the range is more. For silver run rate, we have 55% silver run bonus, commander XP of 15, and premium vehicle rate of 15%. And now let's see what this tank does in the battlefield. But to tell you whether it's balanced or broken, the tank is very, very strong. I wouldn't say it's broken. It doesn't have crazy alpha, and you do have to be a little bit aware, but it does have insane DPM. It does have insane DPM, and overall very, very strong and solid tank, and I would recommend to get this tank because we all know what happened last year. SS12 was earnable for snowball. At this time, it's available for in a bundle with 17,000 gold. Don't want to happen. Same thing with this tank. So now it's earnable. Make sure to earn this tank. And now let's see how it does in the battle. I have two replays, one in Liberty Falls, a smaller map, and the second one in Ernenberg, a bigger map, so you can see how this tank performs in different map sizes. Well, you don't have to make too much longer for the action to start, as I'm already pushing forward and you're about to see the beast. The gun is just insane, and most of the tanks in Era 1 is usually medium TD or lightly armored tanks. So you can pen most of them even frontally, and here it is, boys. Here it is, 270, 104. Loaded again with a secondary weapon, another 99. There's a charge just hitting him in that face. The tank that's always loaded, unlimited autoloader. That 5,000 plus DPM in Era 1, oh, that is just insane. What is happening? I'm in shock. These guys should be as well, and that's why I say you should not miss out on this tank. This tank is not a joke. Well, it is a joke if it's in the enemy team, as you won't be able to do much. And these tanks, for some reason, are also sideways. 2,300 damage. And I'm pretty aggressive as well. Does have 80 degrees of solid gun depression. Another tank just tracked. What can he really do? Well, the only thing he can do, that is going back to garage. 3,000 damage. It's a monster. It is a monster. It is the best Era 1 tank. When it comes to dealing damage, I understand some people like more alpha, so FV is still their go-to tank, or the light FV 107, but if you ask me, for me, this is the best tank. The tank is always loaded. I'm just shredding people. I'm not firing 3 or 4 shells and then going on reload. I'm just always loaded. Just amazing. Just amazing. And look at the speed, hitting 60. Pretty nimble as well. Beautiful terrain resistance values, but somehow I still don't know how to drive. There was one rock and I ended up ramming into that rock. Let's ignore that. That never happened. Pushing forward, rushing for damage as well. We are winning by 20%. HP 4 tanks. We have to be aggressive. They do have 2 tank destroyers as well. FV. One thing with this tank, with any multi-weapon tank, is you have to be good at switching the shells so you don't miss out. And another side of another char. There's your 2 shells. I switched to the primary instead of secondary. It does happen, you know, you think you switch to secondary, but the shells are, it's a different gun. So you have to be aware so you can unleash the max potential of the secondary weapon. 4,500 damage. Char 40T is trying to run away, but where can you really go? Where are you running, Char? Come back. Where are you running? Where are you running, Char? And there it is. He tried his best. Well, 5,800 damage. I mean, I just bullying enemies multiple tanks at the same time. FB missed. He was pre-aimed, unlucky. I do start bouncing shots towards the end, as I was trying to stay where I was, not the best position, but I could have just been aggressive. I had the HP to do whatever I want. The T-34 is pushing forward. Can he handle the dual battery? There's a reason it's called dual battery, right? When one battery is not enough, you bring out the second one. 430U is moving, dancing, he's doing all the dance, and I'm not able to aim properly. It does have decent gun handling though. As I said earlier, the gun has lower alpha, which means you get the better gun handling. So this tank, technically, it has everything. It has your DPM, it has your gun handling. Premium is APCR, and you are just shredding enemies. 6,500 damage, 1,400 assist. So if you play Cold War, even if you don't play Cold War, I would still say get this tank with snowballs, because you never know, maybe this tank in the next year, it's in the Winterfest chest, and you don't want this tank then, when currently you can get it for free. Top of the game, 2000 base XP. Moving on to our second map, Erlenberg. It is of course a bigger map, and I was ready to do the same what I did in the previous game, pushing forward was the B line. My plan was to go B9 and just bully the opponents. What can they really do? What can they really do? The only thing that could prevent me from going there is my own team. They decided to go to the other side. So whatever big plan I had, we have to put that on hold. So now I'm going with my team retreating, readapting. There are no heroes in World of Tanks, just casualties. You cannot win by yourself, no matter how good you are. So the best thing is play with your team. Don't play if you don't have any support. Their team is also pushing the JK line. Decided to go for a long range shot. I missed, but now I can close in. One thing I would say I don't like with this tank is I cannot unequip the camo. I don't like this camo. Like the tracks don't even... It's just the paint. I don't even see the wheels moving. So like last year where you had the tanks where you can put the skin or you can remove the skin, I would like that version. I don't like where you can just only put invisible camo, and I think a lot of people would agree with that as well. It's always nice to have an option to see the skin as it is, and I don't want this to play with the skin all the time. Yeah, sure, we can play during the Christmas season, but otherwise I would rather have the raw look of the tank. Hopefully, you know, like they removed the spider from Arachnid. Maybe they'll do something similar for these tanks, who knows. So getting back into the battlefield, we had Sentinel, a heavy tank, and I was able to pen its lower plate. Of course, it was a British tank. He's distracted, going around him. No words needed. You can see what this tank is capable of. We've already seen it in the first game. But the mobility is also decent, not to worry about being slow or missing out on damage. So far only 1700 damage, as there were only 2 tanks. And I got here a little late. Now moving to the other side, there's 4 light tanks, and these are those rats. Look at that snapshot. Look at that RBRT. The guy got stuck. But I'm pushing forward. I know they'll struggle to pen me as well. And usually if you're in another tank, you have one shell, takes a while to reload, then you miss, you have to manually aim. Well, not on this tank. I'm just gonna chase them. They will die by running. They'll like, their fuel will run out. And there it is. What are you gonna do, FP? How does it feel when someone is bullying you? And there it is, the FP that I saved put him out of his misery. Another tank, he goes down as well. Then we have another FP 107. The tables have turned, FP. The tables have turned. Wow. Because usually your gun doesn't have the greatest gun handling, so you're aiming so long and then you miss anyway. But you don't have to worry about it. You just RBRT. You just RBRT and you're gonna hit. Even if you miss, not a big deal. You miss one, you will hit the second one. So he did manage to run away, but that didn't stop me. I'm gonna keep pushing forward, be aggressive. Pen into the side of TVP. Waiting for it to reload. Look at that. Look at a hungry dual battery. I should have used my hull patch kit, but wasn't paying attention. I was just caught up at the moment. Char 25T running away. Also there is TVP, and their M48 PI ended up drowning himself. TVP is one shot. Want to be careful because I don't want to get shot by the 4005. There it is. Number 1, number 2. What can I say? As I said, cannot stress that enough. Do not miss out. You get this tank by playing you would normally play. You can make sure to complete the challenges. Make sure to do the game mode. You do get a lot of snowballs, and then if you play a limited amount, I would say this should be your number 1 priority. 4300 damage. 4005 is backing up, but it's a matter of time before our team wins. But do let me know in comments what do you think about this tank. Are you planning to earn it? Are you planning to play Era 1, or it's not your cup of tea? But still, you might test it, right? So let me know what you think about this tank, and what do you think about that it's being given away for free. Do you think it's going to break the Era 1 matchmaking because of how strong it is? As that's where the newer players are, right? So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't joined any regiment yet, make sure to check out our committed regiment. Link is in the description, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.